Okay, Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone. Okay, I'm teacher NOORZAILATIL AKMA BINTI Muhammad ZAIN, and today you are here again with me for online tuition sponsored by MDDNM Negeri Melaka. Okay, for today, my session will be just focusing on revision paper 1, as well as I will share some tips on how to answer your listening test. Okay, since your listening test will take place at the end of this month, 31st December. So I think it is proper for me to share it right now, okay, for you. It will not be a very detailed tip. It's just that something that I did with my student. Okay, so without further delay, let's start with the revision for paper 1 first. Okay, and bear in mind that for paper 1, I have shared each part, focusing on each part in my previous session. So if you need more clarification, you can always refer to my previous session in this channel. Okay, let's start with revision first. Okay, this is the overview or the overall format for paper 1. Okay, paper 1 is also known for reading and use of English. So when we talk about reading, it means that you will need to do a lot of reading. You will see various text type. It will be graphic text, short stimuli, linear text or non-linear text. Okay, the text will be varied. So be prepared for it. Okay, the overall format for paper 1 will be, okay, there are 5 parts with 40 questions and it offer you 40 marks. For part 1, you will have 8 questions with 3 options of answer, A, B, and C. And it tests you on level of understanding. You need to read short text and graphic stimuli, then find the answer. Okay, it tests you on your understanding of short text. And for part 2, there you will have another 10 questions. Okay, for part 2, you will have 4 choices of answer, A, B, C, and D. Okay, part 2 mostly will test you on your ability to understand phrases and collocation. Okay, this can be quite tricky because most of the options will have similar meaning, but it serves different purpose. So that's why you need to focus more and learn more for part 2. And for part 3, okay, you will have your first linear text. Okay, you will have longer reading text for part 3. And for part 3, you only have 8 questions with 4 options of answer. And okay, which is A, B, C, and D. Okay, usually the answer will ask you to find question based on specific paragraph. But don't be surprised if in the exam, the rubric or the question did not specify from which paragraph you should find the answer. Okay, but overall, it usually in sequence. Okay, and for part 4, you will have 6 questions with, okay, you have 6 questions asking you to fill in the gap. Okay, you will have 8 options of answer with 6 blank in the text. Okay, again, for part 4, it is a linear text. And for part 5, for the last part in your paper 1, okay, you will have matching tasks as well as information transfer. Okay, there for part 5, you will have 8 questions. Okay, 8 questions for separated by 2 sections. Okay, you will have 4 questions for, we will call it as matching task. Okay, you will match the statement with the paragraph it refers to. And for the second section in part 5, you will have information transfer where your answer should not be more than 1 word. Okay, for part 5, basically you only need to give 1 word answer. So if you think that the answer is in 2 words, that is definitely a no. Okay, next, the strategy that I use. Okay, this will be a very quick session. Okay, and I have highlighted it in my previous session. Okay, for paper 1, the strategy that I use will be called as RIM, R-I-M. Okay, R stand for read, and I stand for identify or locate information, and M will be match. Okay, what do you need to match? Okay, we will see in the letter in the next slide. Okay, R. The first step will be R, which is you need to read. Obviously, it doesn't matter which subject, okay, you need to read the question first. Okay, it is very crucial for you to focus and to analyze the question as well as the text. So during that reading start, you need to read the rubric, you need to read all of the options of answer, as well as you might need to understand the overall situation or the scenario given in the text or the question. Okay, for step 2, it is identify or locate. Okay, you need to identify or locate keywords from the instruction. Okay, then you need to highlight it. Okay, it is okay for you to use highlighter in your exam paper. Okay, it is yours. Okay, how do you want to analyze it? It's up to you. You can use highlighter, you can underline, or even you can just put circle on it. Okay, it's up to you as long as you can locate the keyword. Okay. Second, you need to identify the requirement of the task. Okay, requirement of the task is important so that you will know what the task is asking you. Okay, what the task want. What do you need to do or what do you need to find? Okay, once you know that, okay, you will save time and only focus on what you need to locate. Okay, and after you identify the requirement of the task, then only you can identify information from the text. Okay, once you know what you need to do, then transition it to locating information from the text. Okay, scan the text for every information that needed. And it is advisable for you to use suitable reading strategies. Okay, for the reading strategies, again, I have shared it during my previous session, okay, which is I focus on using skimming and scanning techniques, okay, strategies. Okay, just a refreshment, okay, just to clear things out as a vision. Okay, let me just go through again. What is skimming and what is scanning? Okay, skimming refers to a process of reading quickly to get general idea of the text. Okay, skimming means you only glance through the text very quickly to get the of gist idea of the text. And while scanning will refer for you, or it is more specific reading because you need to locate for specific information once you're done with the reading part. Okay, and the last strategy will be M. Okay, M refer to you match the keyword within the question as well as the text, then you will find the question and you will find the answer. Okay, basically you match the text with the answer options, then you will see it will help you to get better clue which one is the exact answer. Okay, first, okay, just as I mentioned it just now, you need to match the keyword from the question with keyword in the text. Okay, that's why it got as match. And then for most part, maybe for part 1, okay, part 3, okay, you can play a little game here. It is a yes or no games or true or false game. Whether it is true to the question or whether it is true to the text, okay? Is it a yes to the text or is it a no according to the text? So have fun while answering your question. Okay, and it is important for you to rule out the general one. Okay, general answer usually will not be the one that is correct. Okay, and bear in mind that informations will most likely appear differently. Okay, in the text, it might say or it might use different words. And in the question or in the answer, the wording will be a bit different. However, do not worry because even though the wording is different, it carries the same meaning. Okay, and this is very crucial. The last point is crucial. It's important for part 5. Do not write more than the number of words required. Okay, for part 5, okay, I've told you that for part 5, you only need to write one word answer. So stick to that. Okay, hold firm on that knowledge. Okay, this will be the sample question for part 1. Okay, you will have short text with question and options of 3 options of answer. Okay, for part 2, okay, you will have 10 questions with 4 choices of answer. asking or testing you on your knowledge of phrases and collocation. Maybe there would be a slight or very few question on grammar. And for part 3, okay, you will have longer reading text with 8 questions, and you will have again 4 options of answer. Okay, this one is for part 4. Part 4, gap text. Okay, you will have 6 gap with 8 answer, with 8 options. And for part 5, okay, you will have a non-linear text. Okay, this is the first section that I mentioned. Okay, this is matching text, matching task. And this second section will be the information section. Okay, information transfer section. Okay, now let's go to paper 4. Okay, paper 4 is a bit tricky because you might ask your teacher what is the best strategy, how to learn paper 4. Is there any shortcut to actually master it? Okay, for me personally, there is no specific strategies or there are no specific things that you can do to actually helps you in listening test. But it is very helpful, or it will be very beneficial if you do constant practice. Okay, you need to familiarize yourself with different accent, okay, maybe different pronunciation. Okay, you need to familiarize, especially you need to actually make yourself what should I put it? Okay, how should I put it? Okay, maybe you can go to, you can practice using the trial question from various states so that you can familiar yourself with different sounds. Okay, in exam, there are many variables that might happen. Okay, sometimes the pace of the speaker will be a bit fast for you, or if you get slower one, that will be advantage for you. And some audio will have speakers that speak in a very thick accent. So those things that you need to prepare starting from now. Okay, we still have time, maybe around 8 days left. So start from today. Maybe you can do 2 sets of listening per day. Okay, just to familiarize yourself with the factors that might disturb you during the exam. Okay, let's start with paper 4, which is listening test. Okay, this is the overview for your listening test. Okay, for listening test, basically you only have 4 parts. Okay, 4 part, it offer you with around 30 questions only. So 30 question times 1 mark, so you will have 30 marks here. Okay, even though you have 30 marks, you have to bear in mind that the weightage for this paper is 25. So actually, it is still very tricky here. Okay, if you can score this one, and you can score, and I believe you have done well for your speaking test. So if you can score for your speaking test as well as this one, okay, I will not say that you can be comfortable, but you can breathe easily. Okay, and focus on the written test later on. Okay, let's go one by one, the format of it. Okay, for part 1, you will have 7 questions, okay, with 3 options, A, B, or C. For part 2, you will have 8 questions, okay, question 8 to 15. Okay, here again, you will have MCQ question. Okay, both part 1 and part 2 will be MCQ question with 3 choices of answer. Okay, for part 3, you will have matching questions. Okay, you have 5 questions and it will start from question 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, it is again MCQ with 5 with 5 speakers that you need to identify. You need to match speakers with the statement. Okay, it has okay, it will have options of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, you will have 7 options of answer with only for 5 speakers. So the other 2 are not related to the speakers. And for the last part, you will have part 4. Okay, for part 4, you will have 10 questions. Okay, question 21 to 30. Okay, for part 4, it is called as note completion task. And again, your answer should not be more than 1 word. Okay, again, I repeat, your answer for part 4 should not be more than 1 word. Okay, bear in mind, remember that. Okay, alright, okay, this one, the time allocation for each part. Okay, okay, how many minutes are given for you to read the text, or to read or to go through the parts, to read the questions. Okay, for part 1, you have 30 seconds to read the questions. Okay, so within that 30 seconds, please read the question from question 1 until 7 and identify the requirement of the task. Okay, it is advisable to read the options too. Okay, and then for part 2, okay, part 2 will be a bit difficult. Okay, the level is higher, so you are given 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute to read the 8 questions. Okay, for part 3, since you only have 5 speaker, so you are given 30 minutes to read the overall rubric, read the 7 statements given, to analyze the statements. Okay, you have 1 minute. 1 minute is very long, so use it wisely. Okay, and for part 3, you have 30 seconds. Even 30 seconds is quite long in your exam, so you will have time for that actually. Okay, and for part 4, okay, you will have 1 minute. Okay, the reason why part 4 is given for 1 minute is because, okay, sometimes the audio, what the word in the audio might appear differently in the text, because part 4 is testing you on summarizing idea as well as analyzing. Okay, so part 4 is actually up to your SPM level, which is B1 and B2 level. Okay, and this time allocation is actually taken from buku format SPM, released by Lembaga Peperiksaan Malaysia. Okay, this is not the one that I created myself. Okay, this is from legit source. Okay, which is the LPM. Okay, now let's proceed and have a look at what kind of materials you will find in your not speaking. Okay, I just can't get away with the speaking test yet. Okay, what are the materials that you will find in your listening test letter? Okay, first, you will maybe you will hear audio about people giving you instructions. Okay, maybe step by step instruction, or there will be also audio based on monologue, only one person speaking. And there are also narrative. You might also find narrative audio. Narrative means story. People are telling story in the audio. And there is also dialogues as well as news extract. Okay, news extract means excerpt from news. Okay, short summarization from news. Okay, dialogue means two people talking to each other, as well as conversation. You might also have interview. Okay, let me just put it here. Okay, you will listen to an interview, dialogues or conversation. Okay, these are the materials that you might come across during your listening test. Okay, let's go for part 1. Okay, for part 1, you have 7 questions. Okay, for part 1, personally for me, part 1 is easy. Okay, it is the easiest part in your listening test. The reason is, you have 7 questions. and you will have 7 topics or 7 different situations, and you will have 7 separate audios. So it means that for one question you will have one audio, so it is easier for you to focus on the audio as well as the type or the question. So you do not need to read the other question while listening to that one specific audio. Okay, and for part one, it is in type of MCQ. You will have 3 options A, B, C. Okay, this is some overview of paper 4 part 1. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, let's say question 1, Sam is talking about topic A, and for question 2, Fifi is talking about topic B, and question 3, you will have another speaker talking about another topic as well. Okay, the same goes for question 4, question 5, question 6, and question 7. For each question, you will have different speakers, and they will give their opinion or they will talk about different situation, different topic. So it is easy for you to focus and to analyze the question as well as to get the answer. Okay, here for part 2, you will have 8 question. Okay, 8 question. Okay, this is a bit tricky. Okay, and as I mentioned, for part 2, you will have 1 minute to read the question. Okay, let me just write it here again. Okay, 1 minute to read the question. Okay, all questions, not only one. Okay, because for part 2, in your listening test, okay, you will only hear a conversation. Okay, a conversation means 2 people talking together. Okay, it can be or you call it as dialogue. A conversation or a dialogue. Okay, 2 people talking together, but they are talking about the same topic, or they are discussing about the same issue. Okay, so it is a bit tricky for you. Okay, now I can see the screen in front of me. Just now there are technical issue. So I was referring, so I need to look at my iPad. Thank you, the technical man, Cik Amin, for helping me here. Okay, so sorry, let's go to part 2 again. Okay, let me revise it. Okay, you will have 8 questions for what talking. You will listen to a conversation or a dialogue talking about a topic or a situation or an issue. So, will it be, sorry, let me just write it here first. Okay, talking about an issue. For me, it is a bit tricky compared to part 1. Okay, part 1 you have separate audio for each question. Now it is a level up. Okay, totally different level. Only one audio for 8 question. Okay, so you might within that 1 minute you need to read all of the question, analyze it, and also analyze the option of answer. Okay, but don't worry, the options of answer are still, you only still have 3 options of answer, A, B, or C. Okay, this is the illustration for part 2. Okay, for part 2, I will just give you an example. Okay, let's say Leah is talking to her friend. So you will see directly from question 8 to question 15, Leah and, let's say, Leah and Ali. Okay, Leah and Ali will talk or are talking about, let's say, about sports. No, about holidays. Okay, so throughout the parts, for part 2, throughout the audio, you will only listen to them talking about holiday. They might talk about what to prepare, where to go, okay, the benefit, how long they will stay, the activities. Okay, there are many things that they can be asked. Okay, the duration of stay, the cost. So each part, for each question, you need to listen attentively. Usually, the audio and the question were actually in parallel, or they are in sequence. Okay, if you got audio and question in sequence, that would be advantage for you. But again, don't be surprised if, okay, the audio and the question are not in sequence. Okay, the audio might just talk about everything. Okay, you cannot we cannot dictate the audio, how the audio goes. But the question can be changed. Okay, let's say the last topic in the audio might appear in maybe in question number 13 or in question number 12. Okay, the question might not be in sequence with the audio. So be careful, watch out for that. Okay, and be careful. And for part 2, it is advisable for you to jot down whatever keyword you heard. Okay, every little word will help. Okay, right? Do not just jot down randomly. Okay, if the topic is about holiday, okay, and you need to find keywords, okay, cost. So just simply write cost. Cost, RM, okay. Just a very dribble, okay. You only need to, okay, it means that you just jot down. It does not necessarily to be very neat, but you need to, okay, the benefit is you can always refer to that your notes whenever you want to revise your answer later. Okay, this is for part 2. And okay, for part 3, you will have 5 questions. Okay, we will have one topic. You will hear 5 speakers talking about the same topic, and it is a matching text. Okay, you have seven options with only 5 statements or 5 speaker. So there are 2 distractor lah. Okay, again for this one, for part 3, you have 30 seconds to read the answer. To read the question, to read the statement. Okay, and while reading the statement, again, please highlight. Okay, highlight everything, highlight the keyword that might be useful for you when you listen to the audio. Okay, and this one, again, the option, the option or the statement might appear differently from the audio. Okay, audio might say a very direct idea, but the statement can be the summarization of idea. Okay, so again, part 3 is tricky, but for me it's okay. It's better than part 4. So actually, this part, even though it's tricky, since it only have 5 question and it has 5 speaker, it's actually, if you can score this part, it is a bonus point for you. Okay, 5 speaker with 5 statement, it's only a matter of matching the statement and the speaker. So even though the wording in the statement and audio might find differently, but the keyword is always that. Okay, so but for me personally, part 1 and part 3 are the parts that you need to at least try and score full mark. Okay, so you at least you have 7 and 5 questions, you have 12 mark already. So then you can focus on part 2 and part 4 later on. Okay, all right. Okay, this is the illustration of part 3. Okay, so as I mentioned, part 3 you will only have a topic. Okay, let's assume the topic A. Topic A is about sports. Okay, about sport. So you will have question 16 or speaker 1 giving his opinion about sports. Okay. Okay. Opinion 1 here. Okay, so speaker 1 will give his or her opinion, the first opinion. And the same goes with question 17. Speaker 2 will also give his or her opinion. Okay, here opinion 2. Oh, sorry. Alright. Okay, let me just revise it. Okay. Example, sports. Okay, speaker 1 give opinion 1. Okay, speaker 2 will give opinion, second opinion. And speaker 3, again, will contribute his or her opinion. Okay, speaker 4, opinion 4. And speaker 5, opinion 5. And for each speaker, their opinion might be different. Okay, for example, speaker 1 might talk about benefit of doing sport. For speaker 2, he or she might talk about the her constraint of doing sport. Reason. Let's say reason. Reason for that speaker 2 to enjoy doing sports. Okay, for speaker 3, okay, it might be different things. Okay, let's assume speaker 3 talks about okay, dislike sports. Okay, maybe speaker 3 will talk about or will express his or her dislike towards sports. Okay, for each speaker, it does not necessarily talking about positive things about the topic. Okay, it can appear different. Okay, and then for speaker 4, okay, it might take, okay, maybe speaker 4 will talk about the venue or where he or she usually go to play sports. Okay, and for speaker 5, maybe about talking about who, okay, how he will prefer to play sport, with who he prefer to play sport with. Okay, with friends, with family. Okay, the venue will refer to place. Okay, alright. So this is basically for part 3. Okay, for part 3, speaker 1, okay, you have different opinion. That's why I said part 3 it's tricky because of the wording, different wording from the audio and the statement, but it's actually at the same time it is easy. Okay, can be easy for you. Alright, let's proceed to the last part of paper 4. Okay, here in paper 4, you will have 10 questions. Okay, 10 questions. Usually you will hear an interview. Okay. Okay. Interview. The material that you will hear will be the audio. It will be usually it is an interview. Okay, and for preparation time, or you will have 1 minute. 1 minute to read the question, to read the text. Okay, in part 4, it is actually in linear text with blanks. Okay, linear text with 10 blank. Okay, 10 blank space. And so again, bear in mind that you need to only fill in the space with one word answer. Okay, you have 10 questions, you have interview between 2 people. Okay, they will be talking about a topic only. Okay, a topic only. Okay, here interview, I've mentioned it here, I've written that here, interview. So, okay, here, part 4, is actually testing you on your ability to summarize idea. Summarize idea. Okay, as well as analyzing text. Okay, analyzing text. Again, similar to part 3, okay, the wording or the words or the text might appear differently from the audio. Okay, let me just jot down here. A reminder for all of you. Okay, text might appear differently, okay, from the audio. Okay, so when within that 1 minute, make sure you read it. You read the text at least twice or thrice. Okay, while reading. Okay, while reading, focus on the sentence before and after the blank. Okay, the keyword in before the blanks and after the blank. Okay, so it will help you actually during your listening. Okay, this is the illustration for part 4. Okay, this is illustration for part 4. Okay, you have question 21 to 30. Okay, this will give you the view that two people talking. Okay, interview. One will be the interviewer and one will be the responder. Okay, talking about the same topic. Okay, if you notice from question 21, topic A, 22, again the same topic goes to 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay, the both people are talking about the same topic, which is topic A. And if you notice, the speaker, the speaker for the 10 question would be the same speaker, which is speaker A and speaker B. Okay, focusing two people talking together. Okay, interview. Okay, we will not change interviewer within that time frame. Okay. Okay, now let's proceed to the strategy. Okay, strategy. Your teacher might have different approach. Okay, basically, trust me, this is similar to what your teacher has taught you. Okay, we teacher actually are trying our best to find techniques or way to help student in listening tasks. Okay, for reading, for writing, for speaking, we can create a lot of other techniques. But for listening, it is tricky. Okay, even though you don't have 30 question, but it's tricky to find the correct or the best strategy. Okay, here the strategy, it is separated by 3 stage. Okay, pre-listening, while listening, and post-listening. Pre-listening means before you start listening to the audio, and while listening will refer to during your listening session. While the audio is played, what should you do? Okay, that is while listening. And for post listening means after you listen to the audio, there are certain things that you need to do. Okay, that's why it is categorized or it is separate into 3 stage. Okay, 3 stage, 3 strategies. All right. Okay, shall we go to the first stage of the listening strategy? Okay, first let's go to the pre-listening stage. Okay, there are 3 things that you need to do in pre-listening stage, not taste. Sorry, slip of the tongue. Not taste, but it's stage. Pre-listening stage. Okay, there are 3 things that you need to do. First, read. Second, focus. And third, identify. Okay, remember the time allocation for each part? You have 30 seconds, 1 minute, sorry, 30 seconds, and 1 minute. So within that time frame, during that preparation time, you need to read everything. Read the questions as well as the options. Okay, read the keywords. Okay, keywords, or read the requirement. Okay, then proceed to identify. You identify the options of answer. Okay, again, you can identify keywords in each option. Okay, and you can identify the situation. Okay, situation or topic. Then focus on, or focus and get ready for the audio. Okay, get ready to listen to the audio. All right. Okay, once you read everything, once you read the question as well as the answer, you have identified the situation, keyword for answer, keyword in the text. Now focus and get ready to listen to the audio. Okay, that will be the stage or the things that you need, the checklist you need to do in pre-listening stage. Okay, while listening, what should you do while you are listening to the audio? There are 4 things that you need to do, or checklist that you need to take during your while listening stage. Okay, the first one is, while listening, you need to jot down any information that you heard. Okay, basically, it can be clues or hints. Okay, you might, whatever clues or hints that you can listen to, just jot down. Okay, it can be one word clues, or if you are able to, maybe you can just write a phrases or sentence. Okay, and while jotting down the information, do not think too much about connecting the sentence. As long as you can understand the information that you jot down, then it's okay. Okay, then sorry, I forgot to mention that you will hear the audio twice. Okay, so the first one you listen to is, you jot down information, you try to locate clues and hint during or within that audios. Okay, if you manage to find the answer, then put your answer. Okay, tick your answer. Okay, and then during the second listening, the second time you listen to that audio, you should try and gather more words, more clues, more hint that will connect the idea. Okay, and during the second listening or second round of listening to the audio, this is why you need to be very sure that you listen carefully so that you will not get tricked by the distractor. Okay, the words that are not related to the answer. Okay, once you completed your first and second listening, then you can confirm your answer. Okay, so it's okay if you put your answer during the first listening, the first time you listen to the audio, but after you listen for a second time, then you only need to confirm your answer. Okay, post listening. Post listening means after the listening, after you have done with everything. Okay, after listening, first, you need to transfer your answer. Transfer your answer into the answer sheets. Okay, do not leave the answer sheets blank, because the examiners will mark on your answer sheets. Okay, the examiners will not get your question paper. So make sure you transfer everything there. And the process or the time allocated for you to transfer your answer will be 6 minutes. Okay, you will have 6 minutes at the end of the test to transfer your answer from question number 1 until 30 to the answer sheets. Okay, transfer your answers to the answer sheets. Okay, please remember to do this. Okay, it is compulsory for you to transfer your answer. Okay, then second thing that you need to check in your post-listening stage is make sure you have filled every space that required. Okay, you have fill in every blanks, and as well as during post-listening stage, you need to check. Okay, recheck your answer. Okay, you might ask, okay, how do you to recheck your answer? There's no audio left. Okay, then this is where the notes that you have jotted down will be very helpful for you to revise your answer. Okay, that will be the first thing that you need to check. Second, okay, you need to check that every question, every part in your answer sheet has been marked. Okay, marks mean has been, you has transferred everything there. Okay, it's okay for you to do double checking before submitting the answer sheet to the invigilators. Right? Okay. Now, let's see some sample question. Okay, this is the rubric for part 1. Okay, let's go through together, the rubric together. Okay, for part 1, questions 1 to 7, you will hear people talking in 7 different situations. Okay, here, people. People means that more than one person. Okay, 7 different situations. So, okay, revise for part 1. You have 7 speakers, audio, sorry, okay, with 7 questions. Okay, so 1 speaker for 1 question. Okay, this is why I mentioned, okay, you will hear each recording twice. So use it wisely. Okay, do not miss any clue, okay, while listening. Okay, okay, this is the sample question for part 1. Okay, you need to identify the keyword in the question and answer. So, maybe the keyword will be Alice worried. John, worried. Okay, so you only need to listen to her concern. Okay, whether it is sick, overweight, or not eating well. Okay, so Alice worried. John will be the keyword in question. Keywords in question, and sick, overweight, and not eating well will be keywords in options. Okay, that's why it is crucial for you to identify keywords for both in question as well as in the options of answer. Okay, then example question number 2. Okay, for question number 2, it focuses on the first keyword in the question is activity. Okay, second, woman. Okay, third, not mentioned. Okay, not mentioned. Okay, so here the 3 options, within these 3, among these 3 options, there will be one activity that is not mentioned, or the woman not specified, or the woman did not speak about. Okay, first, meet people, food, water activities. So among these 3, one of these 3, Okay, so please be careful. Sometimes most students tend to careless here, to be careless, because they did not notice the word not. Okay, usually if you are in rush, you will hear which activity was mentioned by the woman. So that's why within that 30 seconds, underline the keyword. Okay, this is the rubric for part 2. Okay, for part 2, questions 8 to 15, you will hear a girl talking about Gen Z. Okay, a girl. The topic is Gen Z. So this is your speaker. Okay, one only. One speaker only and one topic. Okay, talking about Gen Z. So one topic. And you have question 8 to 15. So for question 8 to 15, you will only listen to an audio, okay, of the girl. Okay, again, you will listen to the recording twice. Okay, this is sample questions for part 2. Okay, for question 8, it asks you about, okay, the keyword is strawberry. The term strawberry generation come from. Okay, where it is originated. So the option focusing on country. So during your listening, once you spotted the word, or once you locate, or once you hear the word starvation negeri or starvation generation, okay, focus on listening to the previous part where it mentioned about the countries, or maybe the latter part. Okay, the options of answer can appear before or after the keywords. Okay, and question number 9. Okay, the keyword is main cause, mental health. Okay, the main reason. Okay, then maybe in the audio, the girl will talk about several reasons. However, there will be only one reason that will be the major factor of health problem. So will it be well protected, okay, social pressure and criticism, or too sensitive? Okay, either one of this. Okay, part 3. Okay, for part 3, okay, this one, question 16 to 20. Okay, let's read the rubric. Okay, for part 3, you will hear 5 short extracts. Okay, here, 5 short extracts, which 5 speakers, again, 5 speakers are talking about their favorite sports. Okay, so here you will have the material short extract. Okay, the speakers, 5 speakers. Then you will have topic. Sorry. 1. Okay. 1 topic only, which is their favorite sports. Okay, for question 16 to 20, choose from the list A to G what each speaker say. Okay. Okay, list A to G refers to statement. Statements that you need to match with each speaker. Okay, here you need to match it. Okay, you need to match the statement with the speaker. Use the letters only once. Okay, here. Okay, use the letter only once. Let's say for speaker 1, you have used the word B, the letter B. So for speaker 2, 3, 4, and 5, you cannot use letter B again. Okay, so basically 1 letter for 1 speaker. Okay, and there are 2 extra letters which you do not need to use. Okay, these are the distractor. Okay, similar to other parts, you will hear each recording twice. Okay. Okay, this will be the sample question for part 3. Okay, here you have 7 statement. Okay, sorry, 7 statements. Okay, so while listening, you need to identify the keyword for each statement. Okay, maybe the first one will be well played round. Okay, the course. Okay, this one winning on a single player. Okay, not every words can be the clue or the keyword. So that's why you need to identify only two clues in each statement. That will help you to focus more on finding the answer. Okay, third one, improve individual time. Okay, powerful serve. Okay, volley. Okay, what kind of game will use serve and volley? Then E segment, okay, fast-paced game. And F, individual sports, okay, physical endurance only. And G, last statement, okay, require physical and mental. Okay, so while you are listening to the audio letter, so you can straight away focus on those words. Okay, last part, which is part 4. Okay, part 4, questions 21 to 30. You will hear an interview. Okay, so this is the material. Okay, you only listen to an interview, one audio only. With a psychologist talking about the benefit of reading authentic materials. Okay, one audio. Okay, and the topic is reading authentic material compared to online material. This is the topic. One topic. Okay, and here you need to fill in the missing information in each number space. Okay, this is your task, requirement of the task. Okay, fill in the missing information. And again, this is requirement for you. No more than one word for each space. You will hear the recording twice. Okay, this is the sample question for part 4. Okay, you have 10 blanks here, and you can edit it, or you can put it, or you can answer it with only one word answer. And basically, if usually the idea will be in sequence. Okay, usually, but not always. Okay, usually it is in sequence, but the tricky part is the wording. The wording and the audio, sometimes it is different. Okay, used differently, or the structure of the sentence in the text as well as in the audio, it might be different structure. Even though it uses the same words, but the arrangement of the sentence might appear differently. So that's why it is tricky. But however, it is manageable if you do enough practice or sufficient practice. All right. Okay, I think that will be all from my session today. And this is the last session for me this year. Uh, in case you need more clarification for paper 1, you can always subscribe to this channel, and you can go through my previous session for paper 1 as well as the reading techniques, and there are also materials for paper 2 for writing. All right. Okay, so before I end my session, let's just may quickly give credit to Majlis Datuk Negeri Melaka for actually sponsoring this program in collaboration with PPD Jasin. And I would like to convey my thanks to panel Modul Pelajaran Masyur Jasin, PPD Jasin, for preparing such a good modules where I can take materials and technique for that. Okay, the same thing goes to Prana Module Gemilang 3.0 Melaka. There are tips and techniques, and the question I use in my session today is taken from Trial SPM 2024 from Malacca State. Okay, till then, I wish you best of luck on your SPM and have a good school holiday. Okay, Assalamualaikum.